Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video where this time I will be talking about Premier League teams and more specifically this winter transfer window, and I will rank every team's transfer window from 4 to 10, which I want to decide the number to be for each team. So yeah, let's get to it. So for Arsenal, they have signed Trossard from Brighton. Then they have signed Kivior, the Polish guy, and then they also signed Jorginho from Chelsea. So, and they didn't really lose anyone big, at least I don't think so. So I'm going to give them a 9. Then Aston Villa. I don't think they really signed anyone big, not that I can remember. But they lost Danny Ings, who could have been good for them, even though this might not have been his best season, but still. So I'm gonna give them, let's say I'm gonna give them a 7. Then Bournemouth, I don't think they lost anyone big, but they signed few good young guys like Ouattara and Jabarni, so for that reason I'm gonna give them an 8. Brentford, I don't think they really did that much in this transfer window, so yeah, let's give them a 7 as well. And then we get to Brighton, where I don't think they signed anyone, at least not that high importance, but they lost Trossard, who had been quite good for them, so I'm gonna give them a 6. Then we get to one of the top 6 teams. I mean, not right now, but yeah. Chelsea, they signed Ukrainian young striker Mudryk. Then they signed Joao Felix, and then they signed someone else. Enzo Fernandez they signed on the deadline day, and yeah, some other players. I think considering everything, even though they spent lots of money to get the Enzo, I would say yeah, let's give them a 10 out of 10. 10. Crystal Palace. I don't think they really signed anyone. I mean, they loaned Arsenal midfielder Sambi Lokonga, but yeah, let's just give them a 7. Everton. I don't think they signed anyone that is particularly great, but they lost Anthony Gordon, so I mean, he could have been good for them, especially considering their situation right now. Yeah, let's give them a 6. Then Fulham, they signed Sasa Lukic and I believe signed Cedric on loan from Arsenal. Let's give them an 8. I mean, yeah, they could have done probably better, but yeah. Then there's Leeds. They signed many players. McKennie was the one, the USA midfielder. Then they signed Maximilian Weber, and then also Rutter, the French forward. I think those are very interesting choices, but I think those are good ones. So I'm gonna be bold and give them a 9 for that. Then there's Leicester. I don't really know. I can't really remember if they signed anyone important. I don't think they lost anyone important. I'm gonna give them 7. Liverpool. Obviously, the big signing was Cody Gakpo from PSV. But that outside of that, I'm not sure they signed anyone that big or lost anyone that big in this winter transfer window. So let's give them a 9 because I do think Gakpo might be a good player for them. Then Manchester City. They lost Joao Cancelo, which I thought was quite interesting. He went to Bayern. But they really didn't sign anyone. So, I mean, they signed young Argentinian Maximo Perrone. But yeah, I feel they may need to. I mean, they have Ake and Gomez, but there may be a lack of players in the defense. At least where Cancelo could have played, but yeah, let's give Man City a 6 because they didn't really sign anyone who could be important right now, and they don't lead the league. Arsenal does. So next is Man United. They sent Sabitzer on loan from Bayern, and then Weghorst. And I believe Jack Butland as well, but those really aren't that great. At least don't look great on paper. They might prove to be great. Yeah, let's give them a 7. I mean, maybe Ten Hag knows something about Weghorst that I don't, but yeah. Newcastle. They signed Gordon. That's from Everton. That's probably the biggest business they did in this transfer window. I think Gordon could be a good player for them. I'm gonna give them an 8. Nottingham Forest. Obviously, they signed many players. Keylor Navas from PSG. That's a big signing. Then Felipe from Atletico Madrid, the Brazilian defender, and then also Danilo, the young Brazilian midfielder. So I think, for example, Navas was great signing. So I'm gonna give them 9 or 10. I gave 10 to. Let's give a 9 to Forest. Then Southampton, they signed Orsic, the Croatian winger, and also, what was his name again? Was Sulemana or something? Yeah, I think they did well. I'm gonna put an 8 for them. Then Spurs, they signed Danjuma from Villarreal, and then from Sporting, Pedro Porro, or how do you pronounce it? But I think he could be good for them as a right back, or potentially somewhere else in that lineup. But yeah, I'm gonna give Tottenham an 8 as well. Then West Ham, I can't remember that they would have signed anyone that big. I mean, they signed Danny Ings, but did they lose anybody important? I mean, I'm gonna give them a 7. I don't think they did that much business in this winter transfer window. And then finally Wolverhampton. Lopetegui clearly wanted new players, so Ketch left and Mateus Cunha and Pablo Sarabia came. I think I'm gonna give them an 8. So there are all the players that all the grades I gave to teams. Yeah, I think I'm happy with those. These are basically just based on the number of signings and how good their signings were and compared to who they lost. But yeah, let me know your thoughts about these grades. How would you grade from 4 to 10 your team's performance in this transfer window? Let me know that in the comments, and hit the like and subscribe if you so want, and have a nice day.